Okay, today we're going to be replacing the thermostat in an Alfa Romeo GT with a 1.9 JTD engine. This one has got the new temperature sensor already within the package. I've just been down to the local basically car auto parts store. Alfa Romeo put some silly clips on that you can't reuse. So we just cut those off. You want some Jubilee clips. I just went down and sized up 4 different sizes. They're going to fit. I've got a spare set as well, just in case I manage to break some. Alfa Romeo, and at least my car takes the pink or red antifreeze. So I've got a new one of those, plus the bucket to catch the old stuff. So let's move on to actually taking out now the old coolant.
First thing you want to do is remove the 3 bolts from the engine cover. Okay, so jack the car up enough so that you can get the bucket underneath the car to catch all the old coolant. Then as you come here, you see obviously the back of the rad, that's the top hose, and then this one, that's the bottom hose. What you want to do, you can maybe just see the clip at the bottom there, undo this clip and release all the used coolant. Obviously a point to make here is don't do this whilst the coolant is boiling hot, because you will burn yourself. Do it once the car is cooled down or mainly cooled down. Okay, so we've got the bottom clip off, the bottom hose clip, so you can tell the difference between a Jubilee and this mess. You basically just have to snap it off, mutilate it just to get it off. At this point I should mention then that you need an additional hose clip for this. So give the bottom hose a little bit of a tug, make sure your bucket's underneath, and everything will just drain out into the bucket. So whilst that's just dripping off, turn attention to the battery. I'm going to remove the battery completely. When removing a battery, always start removing the negative terminal first. And on this car it's a 10mm bolt. Okay, once the terminals are off, you've got a strap going over the battery. This is a 13mm. Okay, so now with the battery removed, the location is basically here. What's easy to spot is the green temperature sensor and where the location of the temperature sensor of the new one. At this point, just double check, make sure they look the same, make sure the piece you've pulled is the right piece. There it looks like it's going to fit nicely when you take this old one off. Otherwise, back it goes. Okay, so now comes the task of removing the 4 clips holding it together. If you are unfortunate, then you've still got all the Alfa clips to remove. Like me, let's butcher away. First one down. What I'm going to do next is just take the clip off the temperature sensor. What you have to do is get a flat screwdriver underneath that little tab, and it comes off. Okay, now we've got that off. Right underneath here, can you see it? That is a 13mm bolt. So I'm just going to remove this now. And what that bolt is for is a bracket to hold on some other kind of ancillaries. What I want to do next is actually take out the bolts for the housing of the piece itself. If I put this back in, now you can see how it's attached to the engine via 2 bolts here. Line it up to get a rough kind of guide to where these bolts are, because everything is black, everything is dark, and that's where we're going to put in an extension and now remove the bolts for this one. Okay, so this is a 13mm, so we can see whereabouts the location is on that and there. So what I'm going to do is basically come underneath and go onto it. So come underneath and onto it. It's nice and easy. Now remove that. Need the bottom one. As you can see, it even has like a nice cutaway in the piece for me to get underneath. So let's see whether this is as easy. Okay, so just use this for a reference, going under, where it is, going under, on. Okay. Oops. Before you pull it all the way out, put your bucket underneath this part. Some more coolant to come out from here, but that is now very loose. I can check to see my bucket's in the right place. Now, with this piece loose, we can now go and remove the remaining 3 clips. Looks like I've got lucky on one of them as a Jubilee, but the others not so much. So a couple of butchers coming up. New compared to old. On the old one, there's nothing that looks kind of obvious to why it's no longer working, but with the new one, just make sure you put your seal on. Certainly don't want to forget that. So I'm just going to kind of loosely put it into position and start back to where I did. So making sure I get this one on first, this one on second, this one on third, then I'll probably bolt it on, get this one on last, and then plug it in, and then put the battery back in. So let's start by getting into position. Put the 1, 2, in the third one, 3. At the back, I'm just going to start putting in the 30mm bolts just to actually bolt it to the engine. So just doing that now. Right, so just to recap, 3 at the back are in. I've done the one at the front. These are all using Jubilee clips, so next time, or the next owner, will have it a lot easier than me. Clip the electrical part back in for the temperature sensor. Put the bracket back on underneath, and then wherever I moved any pipes or cables, just put those back to where they were. Can't see it, it's too dark, but you can just about. New Jubilee clip for the bottom hose. I'm just about to put the battery back together, and then we can fill up the tank of coolant. Just wanted to, this bucket is the old coolant. It's got, I think, oil on top of it. Maybe just where it's just kind of cleaned through the engine onto the bucket. But I've seen people ask, can we reuse this coolant? I'd say the answer is no. Some people do. I think that's just bad practice. So please use new coolant. Okay, let's get back to the battery installation. Okay, so the battery's back in. Remember to put the live first in the earth. You can also put your engine cover back on now. I tend to leave mine off. And then it's just filling her up. Fill her up you know, to where it says max. Run the car, it will flush through, let it settle, and then fill it up again. Check it after a couple of days, just make sure it's still on full. And that's it, jobs are good. Just as an additional bit, I've just taken the car for a quick drive. My temperature gauge never reached or passed 80 before, and then it kind of floated between 80 and 75. So let's see whether this new thermostat puts me up to where the car temperature should be. We should be, well, 88, 90 degrees. There we have it, I think. 90 degrees. So my thermostat that I've just replaced is working fully. What we'll do is just keep an eye on it, make sure it doesn't go past 90, because that would indicate a problem. So I'm going to call it there now. I'm very happy, and I hope you are too. Thanks for watching.